Good morning, everybody. Kathy Hawk here. I want to thank, by the way, just take a moment to thank all the people that have been watching and commenting positively about how the information that we've been doing on this series has really helped them to understand what it is, how to hold your own center, your own grounding field, your biofield. I mean, when I started to use the language bubbles and biofields, you all got it. It's a simple enough concept, but how do we take concept into daily action? You know, that's always been the job of fine coaches. It's one thing to have. I learned so much when I was working with George Carl when he was coaching the Denver Nuggets, and from George and his team. And, they'll have that playboard, with all the X's and O's and all that stuff that they do. And that is a concept, but to put it into action, to make it work, to really make the play. And the play that we're talking about here is the rest of your life, so that you are living a lights on life. You know your mission, you know your purpose, you know what you're doing here. That helps guide your decisions. So, and using the playbook that we use here in Clarity is called the Attention and Choice Point Guide. This is our version of the X's and O's that athletic coaches use. And we use that because we all have to have an instantaneous way to get our power back if we're in a situation where we're losing it, where we're getting drained, either by our own thoughts or the actions of others. So that's why I'm making these fields look like a circle, because your actual measurable energy field, your biofield, is about the length of your arms around you. It's about 2.5 feet. So if you can imagine you standing here and your arms going out this way, in front and back and all sides, that is actually a measurable field that has in it energy, and positive energy. The words that we're using, that we're putting inside the field, are the positive words that you want to add in. That don't you wish you're in the middle of, have you ever said, I'm sure you've done this, where you said, like, you go back and you're kind of replaying something in your head and you're like, oh, I should have said that. I should have said that. Because in the moment, it's really hard to to think of something that's really going to be useful in a moment if you're in a stressful situation. So what we've done here is we have made, in this handy dandy guide, all the choices that you need to have to help you when you're in the moment, so you don't have to think your way out of it. You just choose a word, switches things. So what we've done is used words that are calibrated to affect the area of your body in your gut, solar plexus. So enthusiasm, celebration, belonging, modeling, creating models. You are a model, a walking model of a biofield, of a bubble that's positive, that works. The willingness to learn new things, the willingness to do things differently if you know they're not working. So the words that we're going to add on today, and we're going to put them inside the circle, are, I know it's hard to see, but just go on the website, spend a couple bucks, get yourself your own set. Contributing, empowering, and force. And so I'm going to put those in. And then their opposites, I'm going to put on the outside here, because we want the negativity. They're the negative counterparts to these words, and we want them outside our circle. We don't need to bring them in. So we're going to add force, and let me tell you about how force works. force and empowerment. I'm gonna have to write, but you can do this in your journal. Empowerment and contribution. Contributing. So those words, any and all of those words, are words that make a mental signal, an electrical wave in your brain that will help you go to positive mindset more quickly. So you can pick a couple of favorite power center words. Mine happens to be force and empowerment. So what I think to myself is, just like Luke said in Star Wars, may the force be with you. Now, the opposite of force on our chart is pressure. He did not say, may the pressure be with you. I mean, come on, you guys, let's think about that. The force, so we're going to put pressure outside in the negative area. We don't want pressure in our fields. Pressure lowers our vital energy. It slows things down. It makes you less effective if you're doing something under pressure. But force, as I've defined it using it here, is very much like the lightsaber. It is very directed action. You know how he would just go like that, and it would go in the certain direction that he was aiming it. And that's what I want you to think of as force. Force is you're being able to aim your positive energy in a direction that can empower yourself and others, that can be a contribution to the fields that you're working in, and your own, how it can contribute, how your willingness to be and create a model that will create belonging and where people will celebrate and have enthusiasm. That is a power center. In the middle of it, you've got your gut knowing, serotonin, your happy chemical, clarity, clear mind, and lights on, you're radiant. And that's what I wish for you. Use this circle, and what we're going to work on next week. So I'm going to be doing the Facebook Live twice a week now. I guess there's so much information, and you're all wanting to integrate it more. So I'm going to pick 2 days and do that. And so the next time we get together, we're going to make the next center, which is your heart center. And we're going to talk about how you build a center that's like another power center for you, guided from the heart. So that's my wish for you this weekend, is that you, so this is Friday, and so that you really have time over the weekend to think about bringing these things into a cluster and making that cluster vibrant and lights on and nourishing to you. So that is what we're talking about. I'm going to end this and see you next week.